स्वागतं सर्वेषां स्वागतं नमः सर्वेभ्यः नमस्ते तु अद्य अस्माकं चतुर्थः कक्षा चतुर्थी कक्षा प्रायः अस्तु नाम वयं किं ह्यस्तनकक्षायां किं कृतवन्तः सुभाषितं प्रथमं सुभाषितं पठितवन्तः तत् पुनः पठित्वा तदनन्तरम् अग्रे सरामः प्रार्थनया प्रारम्भं करोमि गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुः देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा हरिः ओं तत्सत् अस्तु दम्भेन लोभेन भिया ह्रिया वा प्रायो विनीतो जन एष सर्वः वैराग्यतस्त्वाहृदयं विनीतं नरं वरं दुर्लभमेव मन्ये कविः किं वदति यः प्रायः विनीतः जनः सर्वेषु जनेषु एकः विनीतः जनः यः अस्ति प्रायः सः दम्भेन विनीतः स्यात् लोभेन विनीतः स्यात् अथवा भिया विनीतः स्यात् अथवा ह्रिया विनीतः स्यात् विनीतत्वम् अन्यैः कारणैः एव जनितः तेषु इति कविः वदति तदनन्तरम् एवं वदति वैराग्यतस्त्वाहृदयं वैराग्यतः आहृदयं विनीतं वरं नरं यः न दम्भेन लोभेन भिया ह्रिया वा विनीतः परन्तु वैराग्यतः विनीतः तादृशः नरः दुर्लभः तादृशं वरं नरं दुर्लभम् इति अहं मन्ये इति कविः वदति किं तत् it is very easy to find a person who is having apparent modesty whose modesty is generated due to hypocrisy in him or due to greed in him or due to fear in him or due to shame in him or fear of shame in him. Okay, so these reasons may be what make people modest and perhaps externally well behaved, but the one such people I find plenty. The Kavi says such people I find plenty, but the one who is modest because of his detachment to worldly matters, such from the heart one who is modest, such a superior man, I find him very difficult to I find it very difficult to locate or find such a person, durlabam. So I think, so I understand. That's what the Kavi is saying. It's a beautiful thing. So let's read it once more. Dambena lobhena biya hriyava prayah vinitah janah eshah sarvah vairagyatah ahridayam वैराग्यतः तु आहृदयं विनीतं नरं वरं दुर्लभम् एव इति मन्ये इति अस्तु. So that one we have done. So somebody asked how to do Anvaya and they suggested the answer also. I think there is one sentence in the beginning in the first two padas, another sentence in the next two pada. So we can actually Manye can be borrowed to the top one also as the common Kriya pada. So aham is the adhyaharana for Manye, aham Manye, I consider, like that. Okay, so we can take that in both places. Is there a question, Deepti Bagini? You have your hand raised. Okay, no problem. I'll lower your hand. Someone else unmuted. I hope there is no question. Okay, so
I didn't raise the hand. Sorry.
No problem. Don't worry. I mean, we're all learning how to use these things. I just asked because the hand was raised. I asked. No problem. Okay.
I have a question. Apo This one you said, aham we are taking, that is called adyahutam or
Adhyaharanam, 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 adhyahritam, both are okay to use. Adhyahritam means that was done by us, that inferring was done by us. Adhyaharanam is the action of inference. Okay, one adhyaharanam is inference, adhyahritam means it was inferred. That's a subtle difference. One is one form, another is another form, okay, of the same action. Yeah, what is the next question?
Okay.
Yeah. So why aham? Because
Mahodaya,
manye is uttama purusha. Yes, Mahodaya.
naram varam, vinitam naram. Why is it in Dvitiya Vibhakti?
Yeah.
Naraha durlabha iti manye.
Manye, the naram is a karma pada for the manana. Aham is the karta. Aham is the karta. The karma is the vinita vairagya yukta nara. Okay. Vara is superior man. So varam naram. So all that those are in Dvitiya Vibhakti because they are the karma for the manana. Okay.
Dhanyavadah.
No problem. See, if I want to put them in Pratham also, I can put. That's what actually when I was speaking, I said, Vairagyataha vinitaha naraha varaha naraha durlabaha iti manye. Then I have to put iti. So, I think. Okay. Huh. So the first part becomes like a quote with asti or something like that inferred. Then iti quote ends and say manye aham manye. So that whole first sentence becomes the karma in a sense through the quotation of iti. Okay. Many ways in speech. If you see normally what we do, we are so busy with getting on with our lives. We don't stop to appreciate the beauty of these languages. Okay. And when they teach us in school, the grammar, I mean, we are too young to really appreciate the depth of it. And then we never get back to it unless we are in the language lineage of learning in our life. We don't get back to it. So this is an opportunity for us to explore the beauty of the sentence forms, language, etc. Okay. It takes a while to understand this vibhakti sense, internalize it. Okay. Yeah. So let's go to the second Subhashitam. And before I now launch off with the new lesson for today, because there are quite a few new students who have joined the group, and I am assuming some of them are here also who have joined this online class. We all welcome you. This is our fourth session. Okay, we finished two sessions previous weekend Sunday, and we finished one session yesterday Saturday. So our classes are not like repetition or anything. It is one continuous series of classes, and my style is to not just only touch upon the so-called critical subjects and skip over the remaining. My approach is to go through everything with a critical eye. Okay, wherever possible, which means of course we will need to spend more and more hours together. It's a great joy for me. I'm sure it is a great joy for you guys enforced by me. So we welcome you all. I know you're joining the class 3 sessions late, but don't worry. All the lesson recordings have been put up on YouTube channel, and the channel link, playlist link is available both in the group information, and recently I have been sharing it otherwise also in the as a main message. But please look up the group information in WhatsApp. You will find two different links there. Don't confuse between the two links. They look similar. One link is for accessing the recorded playlist. Another link is the meeting link. So please don't click the other and get confused what's what. And obviously when you click it, the action itself will tell you what is that link, what will come out. Okay, so you can go back and catch up with those lessons. It's a good breakfast time pursuit or post dinner pursuit for you before you sleep. So maybe it will usher in some good sleep also, I hope. Okay, so with that said, we're going to not repeat anything we have taught because recording is available. We are going to continue with the teachings. So we are in the first lesson, first pataha in the fourth section. So let's go to this Subhashitam. यथा ह्येकेन चक्रेण न रथस्य गतिर्भवेत् एवं पुरुषकारेण विना दैवं न सिद्ध्यति. I didn't make the correct pause there. Let me read it again. यथा ह्येकेन चक्रेण न रथस्य गतिर्भवेत् एवं पुरुषकारेण विना दैवं न सिद्ध्यति. Okay, so kind of the four. This is the Anushtub or Shloka meter, and 8 letters. So there is a kind of potential pause. 8 letters, 8 letters, 8 letters. Okay, 32 in total. Okay, and a letter for us is a compound. It is a compound samyuktakshara. So it can be a standalone swara, which is a rarity. Only it occurs in the beginning. If it is a standalone swara, usually occurs in the beginning of the word. And then there can be a compound of vyanjanas with one swara. Okay, and there sometimes can be a standalone vyanjana like this takaranta here, bhavet. So there is a hal symbol or a plo symbol, and that symbol indicates it is bereft of any swara. T it ends. Okay, so bhavet like that. We should not pronounce an akara, ikara, anything after that. But everybody else has a swara. So the style of Sanskritam is Vyanjana star n plus swara optional. Okay, or swara standalone. So this kind of technique is there every letter. So ya is one letter, tha is one letter, hye is one letter, k is one letter for us. Okay, so the meter is using each as one letter there. Okay, and further this Kavi is not free to throw any letter anywhere. These Chandas rules require that some letters are Dirgha, some letters can be Hrisva, like has to be Hrisva like that. And they don't use the Dirgha Hrisvatva, they use something little more complex definition called Gurutva and Lagutva. So generally Dirgha is a Guru and Hrisva is a Lagu, but there are other reasons for Gurutva. Even a Lagu letter can become a Guru because of the immediate neighbor following him has a compound. If, for example, Chakrena, the Chakara is a Guru Akshara because the Kra has two compound sounds, K and R. So because of the compound following it, Cha also gets Gurutva, and Kre is Guru because Ekara is there. Rna is a Lagu because it is a Hrisva and there is no compound following that. This way the meter is. Okay, it's beautiful, and because of that lovely design of meter, these things can be sung with precise tala following them and raga following them. Okay, which I am bereft of knowledge of that. So my reading is very flat, but I'm sure some of the beginners here can read this very well. Okay, so yata hi ekena chakrena na rathasya gatihi bhavet evam purushakareena vina daivam na siddhyati. Really, we saw couple of sandhis only. Hi ekena, yakara invoked. Okay, e plus a, y plus a. So that is from which sandhi? You all should know.
Yan sandhi.
Yan sandhi.
Yan sandhi.
Very good. Yan sandhi. Okay. Yan sandhi. Okay. So that's the one. Then gatihi bhavet. Gatir bhavet. We haven't studied this yet. This is called visarga repha sandhi. Okay. So visarga, gatihi. Visarga converts to a repha there. Gatir bhavet like that. Okay.
It was there in Parichaya book, sir.
This was there in the last this thing where Visarga changes
Parikaya.
to either Sa or Lupa.
But we are going to study the Visarga Sandhi variants, I think, in this. Okay, I'm confused whether it's part of Shiksha or we will see anyway. Okay, so I think Shiksha treats the Visarga Sandhi even more in detail.
Yes, sir. It is part of Shiksha.
Part of Shiksha also. Maybe introduction was there in Parichaya Pravesha also a little bit.
Yes, sir. Very brief mention was there.
Very brief mention. So we'll see it more technically this time. Okay. So those two are the sandhis. Everything else is already a individual sandhi-less word, but there is nothing like sandhi-less word in many places. For example, look here. Purusha Karena actually is a simple, we call it Samyoga without a Sandhi Kriya. What is a Samyoga? There is a joining of two stems, but there is no transformation of any letter. We term something as Sandhi when there is something changing. Okay, due to the joining. When something changes due to joining, that is now named Sandhi. Otherwise, it is a simple Samyoga, simple attachment. Okay, so for example, Evam and Purusha are not attached. There is a Avasana or space between them. But even across this Avasana, there is an influence on Evam. So though it is not highlighted here in the Sandhi list, there is a Anuswara Bindu there, Evam. That is from a halanta makara transferring to anuswara bindu due to a type of influence of the neighbor. So avasana or the space presence or absence alone is not a indication of sandhi occurrence. There are sandhis where the transformation influence is across an avasana. Avasana is a convenience of our representation. Otherwise, if we attach everything, most of us won't be able to read it at all. We will struggle. Panditas can read it because their brain is able to discern the differences between two stems and all that. But most of us will be struggling. So today the practice is to use avasanas where necessary, but in a samasta pada. This purusha karena is called a samasta pada. Okay, you cannot break purusha from karena. Okay, they are together, though there is actually a double stem there, one being purusha and another being kara suffix. You cannot it's like almost like a suffix now. Karena is like a suffix to purusha, like that it is treated. Okay.
Sir,
let me see if there is another samasta pada here. I don't see anything else. Yes, Mahodaya.
Would this be considered a samas, Purusha Karena?
No, I think I may have gone incorrect. There is no like a unique separatable word called. So this kara is actually a suffixing. Here it is not a samastapada. So let's take, for example, durlabhameva is also separate. Actually, I don't see any samastapada in either of these two. Later on, we will see when there is a samastapada, we will understand that. Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Excuse me. Purushakarena, is it a Dvitiya Vibhakti form for Purushakara?
Tritiya, yeah, correct. Purushakaraha, Purushakarena.
Yeah.
Correct.
Like idameva and ayameva and all, they are all samyoga.
Idameva, there is no transformation, right? Halanta makara joins the a, so simple me emerges. That is a simple samyoga. There is nothing new or nothing dropped, etc. So that is a simple samyoga. Okay. If something changes, like yakara appearing in the hiekena, that is a sandhi. Yeah.
Okay.
But Mahodaya, always samyoga gives a samastapada, is it?
No. See, even a pratyaya attaching to a stem is a samyoga, right? Samyoga is a letter level thing. Two letters attaching is samyoga. Okay?
Two padas come together close to give one meaning.
That is samasa, correct. Right? But it is not just going to be two padas, it is going to be a phrase actually. Okay? As for example, Sitapatihi. Okay, let us take the classical first samasa we learn almost. Sitapatihi. So Sita is there and Pati is there, two words. But you cannot simply put a space and call it Sita space Patihi. That will be meaningless. Okay, you have to, if you want to break them apart, you have to go to a phrase called Sita Yaha Patihi, of Sita the husband. Then it becomes correct again. Okay, so that Sita Yaha Patihi becoming Sita Patihi is a samasa transformation. But in that there are two steps. First we look, this is the husband of Sita, so we have to take Sita to Shashti Vibhakti, Sita Yaha, so of Sita, and Patihi we used to say. And then we want to remove that Pratama, the Shashti Vibhakti of Sita, then you can just take back to the Pratipadika of Sita, which is Sita only. So Sita plus Patihi we do. And then when we see there a plus pa, there is no specific sandhi rule required. So we just join them without any transformation. So there is actually a samyoga between Sita and Patihi, Sita Patihi in the grammar. Okay. In another such thing, there may be a sandhi happening there. Okay. Between the two samasta stems. Yes. What is the question?
Sitapati. Samastapadam example?
Sitayaha
Mahodaya?
patihi, Sitapatihi is a samastapadam.
Okay. Sitayaha patihi samastapadam. Sitapatihi
No,
samasa.
no. Sitapatihi is the samastapadam. Its vigraha is Sitayaha patihi.
Okay. Okay.
Graha, vigraha.
Like-
Graha, collection. Vigraha, separation.
Okay. Thank you.
Like Lokanatha.
Lokanatha. Correct. We saw, yeah, thanks for
Sir,
that.
please repeat that
So
once
there are,
again, sir.
repeat what, madam?
Sir, can you please, that Sita Patihi, you said Samastapadam. The other one you said Sita Yaha, sir?
Vigraha vakyam.
Oh, Vigraha. Thank you, sir.
Vigraha vakyam. Vigrahana. Vigraha vakyam. I mean, basically making them individual planets, not looking them as one sun, one solar system. Okay, something like that. Okay, all right. So let us come back to this Subhachita. We are walking all over the world. The new students will be confused. Where did they come? Okay. Yata hi ekena chakrena. Yatha is like. Okay. He indeed, like indeed. Ekena by one. Chakrena by one wheel. Na not. Rathasya of a chariot. Gatihi movement. Bhavet might occur. Evam like that. Purushakarena with the effort of man vina without. So vina negates the with of the purushakarena vin. Okay. So purushakarena vina means without the effort of a purusha, of a person. Daivam, the divine, na siddhyati, will not become possible. Okay, very easy to understand now. That whole thing I did was Butler English. We have to make it beautiful Queen's English. Just as with one wheel, the chariot won't have movement. It requires two wheels in brackets. The same way, without a human effort, the divine will not. Daivam can be taken in the sense of divine, in the sense of a result. Okay, action like, okay. Na siddhyati will not be possible, will not be ready like that. Okay. So one of the wheels is Purusha Karana, the other wheel is the Daivecha, we say. The divine grace, providence is the word used here, not bad. So with both we will have results like that. Yeah, somebody has a question?
Yeah, Mahodaya, Siddhyati details, I mean Dhatu.
See, let's not overbreak things. Okay, siddhyati, siddhyatah, siddhyanti. Okay, you know siddhi, right? Means that's a Kridanta form. Siddhi means prapti. I mean something getting ready and available result. These are called siddhis. Okay, yeah. Siddhyati will be resulting. That is the sense
Is
of
it
that.
verb Kriyapadam or is it
It's a kriya. It's a complete proper lat lakara kriya pada. Okay.
And the main original dhatu is what?
Please look up. You go to ashtadhyayi.com. I am not.
Yeah,
I am
I
not.
only saw Siddhya in compound for Siddhi.
No, siddhyati is a. See, sarvam dhatujam shakatayanasya potam vino, no. So what dhatu has resulted in siddhi, whether it has undergone some sanadi pratyaya, I am not expert enough to tell you. Okay.
Okay, Mahodaya. Dhanyavada.
You won't find me like a dictionary. Yeah, you won't find me in me a dictionary. Okay, I apologize. That is my limitation. Okay, so please make your effort to find out. Okay, And if you can remember and teach another, I will appreciate. That's nice. So let's read through what Samskrita Bharati has given. Hi ekena gatihi bhavet. These are only two words that are joined in the shloka. So that they have kind of, instead of listing the whole kama list like they did here, they did a shortcut. But in the exam, when they ask Padavibhaga, please do like this. Please do like this. Don't be what you call doing this and being too smart. Here they have tried to not bore you. So we should say yata kama, hi kama, ekena kama, like that we have to go. Okay, and they have explained the two sandhis, but they haven't actually. There are two more sandhis there. The evam purushakarena, the anuswara bindu is because of one sandhi, and the evam na is also a sandhi. Okay, anyway, we will not worry. A chariot cannot move with one wheel. It has to have two wheels. Likewise, providence and man's effort are the two wheels of life. Oh, nice. Life they have used. If a man does not put in any effort at all and just wishes that his desires are fulfilled, then he will be disappointed. For good luck alone doesn't bring any results. Now, what is the difference between Pratipadartha or Artha and Tatparya is something you have to critically remember. Artha is simply literally a simple sentence without going into a lot of histrionics, a simple sentence in the other language for the Sanskritam part, or vice versa. That is a simple translation is the Artha. Whereas a Tatparya tries to make it more useful by bringing in the context, especially if, for example, if it is the verse in the middle of a Bhagavad Gita or a Ramayana or something, you have to bring in context. Oh, Bharata had come seeking Rama, then like that you have to say some history, then give the translation of the actual verse and then explain a little bit further. Is a nice thing to collect into a Tatparya. That's what they have done in the Tatparya. There are things in the Tatparya not in the original verse. So this is because this is all obvious Adhyaharana for us, right? Providence, man's effort, we put some more color into all that. Not everybody may appreciate what is this providence business. It's a very, very Christian technical term. But it's English, so we have to use that. Okay? A chariot cannot move with one wheel, etc. They have said all that extra color, does not bring any result. So you develop the skill to go to Tatparya. Don't put Tatparya like a translation. And don't make translation look like Tatparya. Both are importantly distinct. And here, the Pratipadartha, what they have done, again you see Samskrita Bharati is not forcing you like I did Butler, one letter, one word translation. That results in an extremely Butler type of English translation. Yata, as, he, indeed. Butler type of translation will emerge. Okay, that again, when you simply collect those English words, it will look like some meaningless sentence. You have to rephrase it carefully. So what they did something slightly better. They said, okay, let's take a few pieces of Sanskrit word which makes a congruent phrase in English. Okay, and a student is intelligent enough to know where cannot comes from, where chariot comes from. He knows. Okay, he won't confuse ekena with chariot. He knows ekena is with one. He knows chakrena is with wheel. He knows ratasya is of the chariot. So a chariot. So he knows gati means movement. He knows. So he will associate. So they did phrase-wise pratipadartha. So technically it is not pratipadartha. You can say it is a little bit of artha only. Okay, but this style is fine. They are not forcing you to go word by word. If you can, that's okay. That's another. That is accurate pratipadartha. Then you will get a Butler English like English, which you have to rephrase. Here, what they did, if you remove all the Sanskrit, it will make a congruent Queen's English. Just as a chariot cannot move with one wheel, in the same way, without man's effort, providence does not bring success. Okay. See that delineation. Man's effort is the important thing. Providence is the gauna. Mukhya is man's effort. That's how they have phrased it. Okay.
Sir, one doubt here. If I was to read the shloka by itself and not read the translation given, I thought it was in the manner that without man's effort, the divine is not achieved. Can it be read to mean like that?
Correct.
No, because
Providence is the Christian phrase for divine.
Are the two elements for success. And I thought basically without man's effort, the divine is not achieved. Where
Yeah,
divine
say-
is the result.
Yeah. See, okay, instead of achieved, they said does not bring success. But yeah, you can chase without man's effort, the divine or the providence is unable to assist us. I mean, our effort only is aided with providence. That's all. Huh?
Mahodaya,
Huh.
is it Daivam or Devam na siddhyati? Why not it be
Daivam,
Devam?
Daivam. See,
Second vibhakti?
that so, see, that which is of Deva is Daiva, growth on Deva. Okay?
Was second vibhakti, no, that is?
It's a karma pada.
Karma pada. Devam, it won't be Devam. Daivaha, Devaha.
Your see, Sanskrit, like I showed in the flowchart, Deva can generate Daiva. Okay, what is Daiva? That which is divine. Deva is the divine person. Okay.
Okay.
Daiva is his dharma.
It is called Taditanta.
It's a Tadita growth of Deva. Correct.
So,
Okay.
Pradama
Just like
Vibhakti,
Dasharatha leads to Dasharati, Deva leads to Daiva. Okay.
Pradama Vibhakti is Daiva here.
I think, madam. Again, I am not such a knowledgeable person to conclude, but I think it's Daivaha and then Daivam in Dvitiya. Okay. I have to be careful because if it is Dharma, then maybe it is actually having a Napumsattva, then Daivam is how it starts. Okay. That then it may be Daivam, Daive, Daivani, and Daivam, Daive, Daivani also in Dvitiya. I have to check that. I have limited ability to help you there. Okay.
In Napunsakaling, Mahodaya, it's there Daivam, Daive, Daivani.
Very good. So Bhagini has the knowledge, so she's helping us. So actually, it is not Daivaha, it is Daivam. The Tadita action generates an Napumsaka dharma called Daivam, and it declines to Daivam also in Dvitiya.
Yes.
Daiva plus some pratyay and becomes Daiva Napunsakaling.
Very good.
God helps those who help themselves, you know.
Same
meaning.
English phrase, that phrase is same as this, correct.
Just like Gangeya.
What is the Gangeya story, madam?
Gangayaha putraha.
Correct.
That is Taditanta. Likewise, from Deva it is derived Daivam.
Correct. We actually on the second lesson video we discussed about that kind of prakriya. We used of course Dasharatha and Dasharati for the explanation, and you have used Ganga and Gangeya. Correct. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
So Deva Daiva.
Okay. Derived from Deva.
Kavya Katha. So what we usually do is one student usually helps to read through this in parts. So it's usually one student does a bit, another student helps a bit, like that we do it. So here what they have done, let's go into what is this Kavya Katha section and what is it about. So Samskrita Bharati wants us to not get put off by loads of Sanskrit sentences packed together. And so we should start becoming comfortable to read them as if we are reading our mother tongues. Okay. Or English, let us say. In these sad days, mother tongue is English for many. Okay, so we should be as comfortable to read it like our mother tongue. So what they have done, they have taken famous kritis of Sanskritam, which are magnum opuses of Sanskritam, taken a piece of those and not of course written the original Kavi's sentences. Kavi sometimes writes it in verses, but they have extracted the nice story element from those books and made it into a 5-part story like that. Okay. Usually you will find in Kavya Katha 2 sets of stories, one 5-part and another 5-part story. Okay, of something of significance. So this is from the Shishupala Vadham, Maghasya Shishupala Vadham. Here it is written, Shishupala Vada of poet Magha. So from that, but not the original text of Magha. If Magha comes alive and looks at this, he'll say, what have you done to my beautiful Kavitva? He will cry, but it's okay. We are learning what he has written in a simple Sanskritam as students. Okay. So in the previous semester, we have read the story of epic poem Raghuvamsha. Let us now read the story of Shishupala Vadha of poet Magha. So as you know, Shishupala Vada is the episode related to Krishna, right? So his nemesis Shishupala, he ends up needing to kill him after more than 100 violations. So that story. So who is very keen to read this first part? Raji Varya has put the hand up.
Patani Mahodaya.
And then Kalpana. We got our 2 volunteers. Stand by. Raji Bagini and then Kalpana Parihar. So Raji Bagini, you start off reading. Okay? Yeah.
Okay. Shishupala Vadham. Naradasya Agamanam.
After every major, you just pause. After every sentence also you pause. I will give a quick translation. Now, this Shishupala Vadham. Now, let us analyze that itself a little bit. Okay. So, Shishupalaha iti tasya nama. Vadham is killing. Vadaha. Okay. So but here, usually when we title a kriti, the Napumsaka form is taken. Okay. The episode of Shishupala Vadha is Shishupala Vadham, like that. Ramayanam. Okay. Mahabharatam. So typically you will see the Napumsakatva ending to titles of Granthas. Okay. Not always. Typically you will see that. Okay. But we don't say Bhagavad Geetam. We say Bhagavad Gita only. Okay. So, it's like commonly you will find Napumsaka names. Okay, that's all I would like to say. So Naradasya Agamanam is a simple joining of 2 words there. See, Sanskritam, you can make the whole sentence one word, as if it is one word. It is not one word in the sense it is without space, I should say. It can be written like without space. So that technique here, Naradasya Agamanam, Naradasya Agamanam. Okay. There is a Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, but you can say one akara got elided. So there is a Savarna Dirgha Sandhi there. A plus A becomes one single A. So one A has disappeared. So you can say there is a Sandhi because there is a disappearance. Yes, Bhagini.
Bhagavan Shri Vishnuhu Loka Rakshanaya Krishnavataram Grihitavan.
So Bhagavan Shri Vishnu, the God Shri Vishnu, Loka Rakshanaya, for the protection of the world, Krishnavataram, the avatar of Krishna, Grihitavan, he held it or took it up. Grabbed is the literal translation, but if you do grabbed here, it makes a very strange reading. So we should take the correct English verb for this context. He took something like that. Okay, continue.
Saha Vasudevasya Putroho Jataha.
Putro, there is no visarga. Putro Jataha.
Putro Jataha.
Saha, he, that is Sri Vishnu, Vasudevasya Putraha Jataha. There is a visarga, but it has become a O sound here. That is called Uttva. Visargasya Uttvam. We are going to study that. Under what condition? Because there is a soft letter Ja here. That is a Uttva there for the visarga. Putro, it will become Putro Jataha. So it's beautiful. All sandhis are designed not because some Pandits decided let's complicate our lives. No, they wanted to simplify the pronunciation. So the energy involved in reading it and reciting it and all that has to be optimal and natural in the mouth. So the sandhis are designed to follow the engineering of the mouth with respect to speech capability. Okay. So Saha Vasudevasya Putraha Jataha. He of Vasudeva, the son he was born as. He became born as. Jataha Kta. Okay. Now Vasudevasya Putraha Kaha Vasudevaha. That is the Taddita. So the name for Krishna as Vasudeva is from the Taddita Prakriya of Vasudevasya Apatyam Puman Vasudevaha. Vigraha Vakya of Vasudeva. Okay. Apatyam Puman means male lineage, like that. Okay. Continue, Bhagini.
Mahodaya, one doubt is
Dwarakayascha.
One second. Hold on, Raji Bhagini. What is the doubt?
The heading Sisupalasya Vadam, why didn't they put Sisu? Because
no, that is the Kavi's name for the Grantha is Shishupala Vadham. He didn't put the name of the grantha as Shishupalasya Vadham.
Okay.
He made a samastha and made it Napumsaka as a grantha name and it with Shishupala Vadham. So we keep that. Who are we to? We have to, when you want to do Vigraha, Shishupalasya Vadaha, Shishupala Vadaha, Tasya Krite Grantam Shishupala Vadam iti.
Oh.
Something like that you can say. Okay? Tat Krite.
द्वारकायाश्च नृपः अभवत्.
So Dwarakayaha of Dwaraka. See, Dwaraka is Strilinga pada. So Sitayaha, Dwarakayaha. Cha. Okay, there is a Shchutva, Shakara generated from the Visarga. So that is another Visarga Sandhi. Tons of Visarga Sandhis will come and tons of Anuswara Sandhis will come in most Sanskrit. Okay, we have to quickly know to identify them. Dwarakayaha cha of Dwaraka also. Okay, Nrupaha Abhavat, king he became. Okay, this is simple lang Abhavat. Grihitavan was Ktavatu. See, we have to start quickly as students. When we see these words, immediately its grammatical points should be like a bubble, bloom, bloom, popping in the brain without explicitly us consciously mouthing it. It will occur in the brain. Abhavat, oh, lang, bhuta kala, grihitavan, ktavatu, bhuta kridanta, like that. Okay? Kartari, bhuta kridanta. Like this, jataha, kta, kartari, karmani, bhuta kridantaha, kridanta, like that. Okay, like this we can bobble up the suffix in our heads. Okay, continue, Bhagini.
कदाचित् श्रीकृष्णं द्रष्टुं नारद महर्षिः द्वारकाम् आगतवान्.
Kadachit, sometime. Okay, kada, when, kadachit, sometime. So you know the chitchana prayoga, right? So that this is a chitchana prayoga. Kada, when, kadachit, some when, means sometime, like that. Okay, Sri Krishnam to as a karma. So Sri Krishna as an object, drashtum, to see, tumun. See, tap, 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 it should pop up. Okay, okay. Narada Maharshi, the Maharshi with the name Narada, Dwarakam as an object, the Dwaraka Nagarim, Agatavan, he came, so Ktavatu. So I will do this a little bit pain point type of projection of the grammar aspects of these words a little bit. I'm not going to harass you with that every time. Beginning I'm doing. Okay, in the first, that's why I said first lesson usually takes 4-5 sessions. After that, we should try to cover other lessons in 3 sessions roughly, 3.5 sessions. Okay, we'll need about 35 sessions in the total. Okay, continue, Bhagini.
कृष्णः नारदं पूजितवान्.
So this Krishna, he welcomed Narada with the normal puja kriya. What is the puja kriya when a guest comes? Obviously, pada prakshalana, hasta prakshalana, and then those kind of things. Okay, and namaskara kriya, and danda namaskara, all those things they do. No, we also do. We do only when, of course, nowadays we end up doing it on special occasions only, not every day. But those days, any guest came, they used to do all this. Okay, continue.
योगक्षेमं च अपृच्छत्.
So he inquired after his health and wealth. There is no wealth for Narada, so only health, I guess. Where is his wealth, poor chap? His wealth is 2 items: his mala and his instrument for singing. I think Veena. So aprichat, see lang. He asked, he inquired.
Mahodaya, yoga kshemam cha is there, and so the two things we have to take yoga and kshema.
No. Cha is to continue with the previous sentence. Okay, Pujitavan yoga kshemam cha prishtavan iti. Okay.
Dhanyavad.
Mahodaya, योगक्षेमं single word.
Yeah, it is a compound. It is a compound. Yeah. Continue, Bhagini.
So we can comma then
Narad
Krishna Naradam Pujitavan, comma, Yogakshemam cha apruchat. It cannot
No,
be
comma
a
is not there. Comma is not there.
Not
It's
there.
actually these two sentences. Okay. See, Krishna Naradam Pujitavan Asit. Tadanantaram Saha Krishnasya Yoga, sorry, Naradasya Yogakshemam cha Prishtavan Asit. Like that. Okay. Two separate sentences are.
Krishna is asking Narada about his Yogakshema. Okay,
Correct. He is the Atiti. Narada is the Atiti. See, he has come to Dwaraka. Continue.
Narada Munihi evam uktavan Krishna bhavan sarvam janati.
Wait there. So, Narada Munihi evam uktavan. Narada Muni, like this, he told. What he told is in quotes. Oh, we don't really need all this parikara, but it is used because today it's easier to read with all this quote and apostrophe and all that. In old days, it used to just be continuous and we would know Krishna is a Sambodhana Pratama. Like that, we will know the apostrophe is not needed because Krishna, like that, appearing is because of Sambodhana Pratama. Like this, we know how to read. But anyway, Bhavan Sarvam Janati. You, everything you know. So means you are all knower. Actually, Narada is coming to Vishnu only here. Continue.
Sarvagno hi bhavan.
Sarvagno hi bhavan. You are indeed the knower of everything. Sarvagnya, Sarvagno, Utva. Visarga Utva. So see, wherever you see B, C, all those things you will see go here. B will be, they have put Dwarakaya, Hacha, Si, Sarvagnya, Hi. They have not identified what Sandhi, but that I am doing little bit as we read. It is a Visarga Utva. This one is also Visarga Shakara, Shatva we can call it. Like this we go. Okay?
Tatapi Devendrasya Sandesham Grihitva Agato Asmi.
Agatosmi. Okay. This one clue, whenever there is this there is avagraha chinha, we call it this yes type character. This is called avagraha. It is a placeholder in the modern Devanagari script to show an elided akara. Now there is a lot of technicality in what I stated. What it elided? Elided means lupta, one which has been removed. So there was an akara and that akara disappeared in the sandhi. So today,
Purva Sandhi, sir. Purva Rupa Sandhi, it is called?
Yes. So that is called Purva Rupa Sandhi. Okay. So this elided akara is represented with a placeholder called this avagraha chinha, and it is not essential. If you see old granthas, you will not find this avagraha. Okay. They used to just write agatosmi like that. And even today we are told to not read that akara. Okay. It is elided and it's only to aid in our simplifying our brains for the Sandhi Vibhajana. So Agatosmi is how you should read it. You should not read it as Agato Asmi. Okay. Nothing wrong, but then you have to give a little more avasana. Okay. Yeah. Because Sandhi is optional. Sandhi is optional. So you can read it without the Sandhi, then you are reading it as Agato Asmi. But if you read it together, just read it as Agato Asmi. Like that. So what is this Tathapi? Even then, Devendrasya Sandesham, of the Devendra, the message. Devendra means Indra. So Indra's message as an object, Grihitva, carrying, Agataha, I am the person who has come, Asmi, I am. Okay. So Bhuta Karmani, Bhuta Kridanta as a qualifier to himself, and then Asmi, I am. Kriyapada. Okay.
Kripaya Shruyatam iti.
Please listen. Bhavan Kripaya Mam Shruyatam. Like that. You listen to me. Like that.
Sir, can I read?
Okay. Bagini, there is a lot of competition. So thank you, Raji Bagini. You can mute yourself. Thank you very much for leading us through that. Who said, can I read? I had already chosen Kalpana. I had already chosen Kalpana Bagini. Stand by. Kalpana Bagini. Yeah, please read.
Mahodaya, Sruyata Karmani Padam, no? Sruyata. Mahodaya, Sruyata.
No, that is a Lakara Kriyapada.
Not Karmani.
May you listen.
Let it be heard by you, I thought. Let it be
Atmanepadi word
heard.
na shruyate
You
shruyatam.
listen. It is a kartari prayoga only. May you listen. You may listen to me like that.
It's like
Okay?
it's Atmanepadi Rupa. Shruyate shruyatam.
Continue the reading. Don't over analyze. Okay. When you are not having the answer, please look up. There is a beautiful website called ashtadhyayi.com. Okay. Just go to the dhatu pata of that and type in this shruyatam to see if it is occurring already in the lakara set. Okay. If you fail there, then you have to go to Kalpadruma, etc. and see if they explain further. It is from this Tadita transformation, things like that. Okay. Like you have to do that research, I also have to do research many times to give you the full answer. Some things are obvious to me, not all. Okay?
Yes, Mahodaya. Yes.
Continue, start reading, Bhagini.
Pura Hiranyakashyapur nama Daityo Lokan Pidayati Sma.
Pura, in the olden days, Hiranyakashipuhu nama. Kashipur, Visarga Repa Sandhi. Hiranyakashipuhu nama. By the name of the name Hiranyakashipu, Daityaha Utva. Visarga Utva. So Okara has come. A Rakshasa person. Lokan, all the worlds. Pidayatisma, all the people also you can take. People of all the world also you can take. Pidayatisma, he used to create himsa for them. He used to trouble them. Sma is a latlakara to past tense. Pidayati sma is like he used to sense. Sma is not to be misused to just call it bhutakala. Okay, in the sense of used to. Okay, that is the sma prayoga. Okay, continue, Bhagini.
Akhilopi lokah tasmat bhitah.
Akilaha api lokaha. So visarga utva and purva rupa. Elided akara. So akilaha api lokaha. So the whole world, or in the sense all the people of the world, tasmat, due to that reason, due to him, bitaha, are people of with fear. Okay, lokaha bitaha. So there is bitaha is a adjective to lokaha. Lokaha being janaha type thing. Okay, so he are afraid. So this is in collective singular. So when we go to English, we can say all the people are afraid. We go in English according to English grammar. In Sanskritam, lokaha bitaha is a collective singular. Yeah, continue.
Tada bhavan narsimhavataram grahitva tam rakshasam nakai chitva hatavan.
Tada, at that time, Bhavan, you in third person, Narasimhavataram grihitva, taking the avatara of Narasimha, tam rakshasam, that demon as an object, nakaihi, with your very, what do you call this in English? Huh?
Nails.
Yeah, nails. So with your very nails, chitva, by piercing him or separating his body, hatavan, you killed him, like that. Okay, chedana means to pierce or cut. Okay, chitva.
To tear, sir.
To tear. Very good. Continue reading, Bhagini.
Mritah Hiranyakashipuh janamantare Ravano jatah.
That very same Hiranyakashipu who was dead then, who died then, Janmantare, in his later Janmas, Ravanaha jataha. So again Visarga Utva. Ravanaha jataha. Was born again as Ravana. Continue, Bhagini.
Punarapi janan munin cha pidaitum arabdhavan.
Punaha api, punarapi, again Visarga Repa. Okay, punaha api, punarapi. So, punaha api, again, indeed, Janan munin cha pidayitum. Pidayitum in order to trouble, tumun. Okay, in order to trouble, Janan munin cha, all the people, see here they have taken plural. Munin, all the santas also, all of them to trouble them. Okay, Arabdavan, he started again his old act. So he's like the his character continues. Okay, continue.
भवानपि पुनः दशरथस्य पुत्रः श्रीरामो भूत्वा सीतापहारकं तं हतवान्.
So the entire Ramana in one sentence there. Okay. Bhavan api, you too, punaha, again, Dasharathasya of Dasharatha, Putraha as the son, Sri Ramaha by the name Sri Rama, Bhutva having become, having taken birth as, Sita Paharakam, the one who's the stealer of Sita, Tam, that fellow, Hatavan, you killed him. Continue, Bhagini.
यथा लोके नटः अन्यं वेषं धृत्वा रंगभूमिम् आगच्छति तथा स राक्षसः इदानीं शिशुपाल इति नामना उत्पन्नः.
Well done. Yatha loke, as in the normal world, nataha, an actor, anyam vesham, a different dress as an object, dhrutva, having worn, tvanta. Rangabhumim, the place of doing acts. Okay, Rangabhumim. So the stage. Okay, as an object. Agacchati, you come, or he comes. Okay, nataha agacchati. So this Rangabhumi is a karma pada for agamana kriya. The anyam vesham is the karma pada set for dharana, dhrutva, like this. So there is a tvanta kriya yukta tvanta kridanta. Then there is actual lakara agacchati, lakara. So in the sense, because of yatha, there is a comma to continue the second sentence with the yatha tata link. You know, yatha tata, yada tada, those things. Okay. Tatha sa rakshasaha, that demon, idanim, at this time, shishupala iti. Okay, shishupala visarga lopa, yam. So if you see yam here, lm, jk lm, see shishupala iti. So visarga lopa. Okay, iti, because of this swara akshara next. Namna, by the name, nama shabda only has declined to namna. So this is the karana vibhakti of nama shabda. Okay, namna, by that name, utpannaha, you are born or generated. Okay, so the same way an actor changes dresses, this Rakshasa is changing his form and coming through different janmas. And he is now, today, Krishna in your life also, he is there. He is called Shishupala. Okay, he is making him aware. So it's like funny. Sri Krishna himself is Sri Vishnu and Narada is needed to remind him. This is all nice kavitva interplay of this Daiva thing. You have to take the color of this and not question logic everywhere. We should not become logical everywhere. Continue, Bhagini.
तस्य दौर्जन्यम् असहनीयम्.
His cruelty is not withstandable, unwithstandable cruelty. It is his. Okay.
जनाः दुःखिताः सन्ति.
All the people are very, very full of sorrow. Dukkitaha santi. They are sorrowful people.
पूर्वं यथा भवान् राक्षस संहारं कृत्वा लोकोपकारं कृतवान् तथा इदानीमपि शिशुपालस्य वधं करोतु इति इन्द्रसन्देशं नारदः श्रावितवान्.
Samyak. So Purvam, before, Yatha, as, Bhavan, you, in third person, Rakshasa Samharam, the killing of the Rakshasa, Kritva, having done, Lokopakaram, the aid of the world, Kritavan, you did, Tatha, the very same way, Idanim api, even now, Shishupalasya, of Shishupala, Vadham, killing, karotu, you do, tvam karotu. Sorry, tvam kuru, so bhavan karotu. So bhavan is implicit there. third person. Okay, that's what it started with, Bhavan. Okay, so iti, so Indra Sandesham, the message of Indra as a karma pada, Naradaha, the subject, Shravitavan, made it heard. So Krishnam Shravitavan, something like that. Okay, all right. So last sentence, continue, Bhagini.
श्रीकृष्णः नारदस्य वचनं श्रुत्वा तथास्तु इत्यङ्गीकृतवान्
Read.
सन्तोषेण नारद महर्षि द्वारकानगरात् निवृत्तवान्.
Samyak. Okay. Bhagini is doing very well. Those with Hindi background have one native difficulty, because in Hindi these kind of words are read with halanta. In Hindi you read this as Santoshen, because nakara ending there, you do halanta automatic in Hindi. So they have that struggle that when they read Sanskritam, they should not automate the halanta. Only when in Sanskritam, only when there is this hal symbol like kadachit, grahitavan, angikritavan, that place only you should make it the halanta. Okay, so for them there is a extra challenge. So we have to be patient. In the south, for us, we don't have that problem because our mother tongues don't use halant so much. We actually have swaranta. For us, it is not a great struggle to read Sanskritam. So for them, there is a native tendency they have to overcome, because especially when they read Devanagari, immediately Hindi is the brain turns on to Hindi mode. So we have to be patient with them. And Bhagini is doing very well.
Sir, I disagree with you. With Hindi knowledge, Sanskrit is more easy. Santoshena is Santoshena only.
True. For pronunciation, there is a halant problem. Okay?
No, sir. No.
Oh, I'm very happy. I'm very happy you think like that, Bhagini. I completely agree with you. Any Indian language is a great aid to read Sanskritam, because 60-70% of our language, if you use the original pure form, is full of Sanskritam words and we know them. I agree. But there are, for example, if a Malayali reads Sanskritam to you, you will say, what is he reading? And if a Kannadiga reads, you will say, what is he reading? If a Hindi person reads to a Malayali will think, what is this Hindi person reading? This variation of pronunciation exists. That's all I'm saying. Not understanding of the word. Pronunciation only I'm saying, Bhagini. Okay? Don't take it wrongly. Don't take wrongly. That's what. See, Bhagini herself is admitting. So I'm not saying anything to do with understanding the meaning. I completely agree with you that Hindi is also very close to Sanskritam. Okay. Equally so are South Indian languages also. Okay. That's all I am pointing out. From different vectors, you use some of the Kriyapadas or Namapadas in your language. We use slightly different set, but together we use Sanskritam quite a lot. But not the original Sanskritam Kriyapada endings. We end up using our mother tongue Kriyapadas. But Namapada we use a lot of Sanskritam. Okay. So let's get the meaning now. Sri Krishna, Naradasya Vachanam Shrutva, of having heard the word of Narada. See, I'm going in the anti-direction for English. Tatastu, so be it. Ashirvachana, na? Tatastu, so be it. Iti, so Angikritavan, accepted. Angikara means to accept. Okay, so Angikritavan, he became the fellow who accepted. Okay, ityangi kritavan and sandhi again. Okay, e plus a y generates. So ya. Santoshena, with happiness. Narada Maharshihi, the Maharshihi, great sage. Naradaha. Dwaraka Nagarat, from the Dwaraka Nagara. See, Panchami. Okay, Nivruttavan, exited, went away, left. Okay. So that's why Panchami here. Nagarat Nivruttavan. Source of the departure is Dwaraka Nagara. Okay. So very good reading. I think you guys appreciate it. Please, what I cannot make every one of you read, but I pick samples like this so that you know how to go about it and mentally form the meaning. Don't over research everything. Okay. So for example, if you are not able to pop up in your head saying, oh, what is this form? Don't worry. Go with what I call the samskarartha. When you read a whole sentence, even if you don't know what is a particular word in vibhakti and such terms, you know what is the overall sense of the sentence. So learn from that how to identify later the vibhaktis. Don't struggle too much. So I just told you, it will be nice if you can pop up the grammar bubble for these words in your head and slowly increase your ability to identify. For example, this is from this dhatu, this tadita. That will take some time. Okay. Like I told earlier, I am also in a small well with very little knowledge and probably with some kalushita water in it. Anyway, so we have come to the break time. Before we just hold on, Bhagini. Just before the break time, let us do the questions and then take a break, and maybe 1 or 2 questions can be taken during the break when people have water break. Then we will restart. Okay. Shri Krishnam drashtum kaha agatavan?
Narada Maharshi.
So you have to answer with full sentence.
Shri Krishnam drashtum Narada Maharshi.
Very good. Very good. You have to replace kaha with Narada Maharshihi or Naradaha. No point, no problem if you say Naradaha only. Okay, no disrespect meant by directly naming him. Okay, Naradaha. Okay, let me open up that. So Shri Krishnam drashtum Narada Maharshihi agatavan. Naradaha kasya sandesham grihitva agatavan?
Devendrasya sandesham grihitva agatavan.
Correct. As usual, the Bhaginis are leading the answering mode. Devendrasya sandesham. So I also went short here because of lack of space. So we should fill in. Naradaha Devendrasya sandesham grihitva agatavan. Very good. Ravanaha purva janmani kaha asit?
Ravanaha purva janmani
Hiranyakashipuhu. Very good. So Hiranyakashipuhu nama Rakshasaha asit saha. Saha purva janmani Hiranyakashipuhu asit. Enough. Kasya daurjanyam asahaniyam?
Shishupālasya daurjanyam asahaniyam.
Atra tasya daurjanyam. But you don't answer. Don't say. Don't. This is the classic. If you write in your exam tasya daurjanyam asahaniyam, you will get 0 marks. Okay. Because this tasya has been used because Shishupala name has been introduced in the previous sentence. So you need to answer Shishupalasya daurjanyam asahaniyam. Okay. Very good. Next. Shishupalasya vadhat kim bhavishyati?
Loka upakar.
Palasya vadhat lokopakaraha lokakalyanam.
Lokakalyanam bhavishyati. Lopokakaram bhavishyati. No problem. Okay.
Lokarakshanartham?
No, that is for that reason he was born. But here from his killing, what will happen? From his killing, lokopakara will happen like that. Okay. Lopokakaraha bhavishyati.
Story itself we can take and write, no?
Don't write the whole paragraphs. You try to come up with the shortest form. Okay. See. Yes. Saha lopopakaram kritavan. So there it's karma position. Here it comes to pratama because that becomes, okay, that is karta here for the bhavishyati. Lokopakaraha, tongue twister that one. Lokopakaraha eva bhavishyati. That itself happens like that.
Oh. Yes, Mahodaya.
So we will take a break now. Okay. So for the new students, usually our 11 o'clock sessions are 1.5 hours or 1 hour 40 minutes with a break in between. We give a 5-minute break for water break and all that. So this is the time for the break. Okay. So now the time is 12:09. I'm a little later than normal. Normally I stop around 12 o'clock. So 12:01. 12:13, 12:14, let us gather back and another 20-25 minutes we will go on to the next segment and study. Okay. Only if we go a little bit like this only, guys, we will be able to read everything together. So please take a short water break and then we can gather back. Not serious question. We can take one simple question if somebody has.
Mahodaya, Janma Shabdas.
One second, somebody has already started speaking. Rama Bhagini, please go.
जन्म शब्दस्य प्रातिपदिकं किम्?
Janma eva, janma. Its pratama ekavachana form is also janma. I think it is a special type of thing where it it takes janma. Like nama also takes nama. I think it is probably nakaranta janman or something like that. Perhaps. I mean, I like I told you, I am not much of an expert in the genesis aspect of these things. Okay. Yeah, you need to. So let us, you stay in the meeting, don't quit the meeting, take a break. 12:14, we will gather back. Okay, guys?
Sir, can I ask one question, sir? It's in general, not in...
Please ask.
Sir, this is with respect to the Chandas rules, which you actually nicely explained, sir, that Guru, Laghu, and then the Anushtup Chanda, where you need that complete Akshara, that is Samyukta Akshara. So maybe sometime later or during the course, I think you will be giving more tips like this, sir, so that few of the Chandas rules also can be understood, sir. Maybe this is not referred anywhere or told by anybody.
Sure. Actually, in my channel, if you go, there is one lecture that I had given. Why do I love Sanskritam, like that? It's an English lecture only.
Okay.
In that, in the first beginning only, I have explained what is this Chandas thing a little bit. So maybe you just can look in the channel to see if you can find that. Okay. If you go to my channel page, it'll be the autoplay video that is there. Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that, even for this Kavya Kada, have you given any translation in English in your YouTube, sir?
No, madam. No.
Sir, I have a question.
Sir, I have a question.
What is the question, Padmini Bhagini?
Subhashitani meaning should we write in English or Sanskrit? Meaning.
Subhashitan. No, you have to write. See, usually when you giving meaning, you have to go to the language of the question paper. Like if you are answering in English as an English student, then English translation you have to give. You can additionally give a Sarala Samskrita translation also if you can. Okay, don't give only Samskritam Tatparya. You give both. For example, if you're a Kannada student, you have to give Kannada translation, and you can additionally give Samskritam Sarala translation also if you want.
Okay. Now I would prefer Sarala Sanskritam.
Huh?
Sarala Sanskritam should be attempted, according to me.
There is no forcing. Okay, Tatparya is supposed to be in the other language. No problem. If you give in both, there is no problem. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah. In the question paper, it is clearly mentioned. If it is a English student or Kannada student, you write in that particular language the meaning. Only the short story should be written in Sanskrit with 10 sentences.
Correct,
And wherever they emphasize, if you have to write in Sanskrit, they emphasize. Otherwise, the language you have chosen, you can write.
Correct.
Because
Usually don't, guys, don't just let us learn. Okay, don't jump into this exam mein kya wo karna ye karna. Read now. Don't jump into that. There is 30 odd lessons, 30 odd sessions to go through. This is a big struggle ahead for us. Okay, at the end I will try to keep a question paper review, how to go about answering, what points to use. I will give some hints there. At that time we will go there. Let's not worry now. Let's not jump into February mode. Okay, leave February to February. Okay,
sir. Dwarakayaha cha is which sandhi?
Yeah, that is actually Visarga Shatva. Shakara is coming in the place of Visarga.
Shatva sandhi?
Yeah, see, there is something called Visarga becoming Sakara, then that Sakara changes to Shankasha or Shatkonasha, depending on certain neighborhoodness. There is a compound, like I told, Vyanjana Sandhis is like a series of transforms. Okay? So, but we collectively call it Visarga Shatva, Shakara. You can call it Visargaha Shakaraha. Okay?
Okay, Visarga Shakara Sandhi.
Visarga Sandhihi Shakaraha. That's how people write it. Visarga Sandhihi, comma, Shakaraha. Like that.
Okay. Chuttuba Sandhi, sir. Chuttuba.
Wait. We will come to the lesson and learn that. Okay. So now everybody has gathered back. We are past the time of the break. So please stand by. Let us go to the next segment and learn some more before we call it a day today. Okay. So Anvaya Rachana, what Samskrita Bharati has done now is they have tried to collect the various important rules of doing sentence like restructuring of a verse. Okay, Anvaya is like restructuring of the Kavi's sentence, which is usually little displacement will be there from normal order. Restructuring, which includes, for example, assuming any missing elements from our inferencing, or what we call that adhyaharana, and all that. So they are in this chapter they are explaining that process a little bit, section by section. They introduce new points and teach us. This has been going on from Pravesha Parichaya also. It has been going on. Few more points again, some repeat, some new are put here. Okay, let's read through this. Anvaya Rachana. So reforming, the act of reforming the verses, you can if the closest English phrase I can come to. During the course of Parichaya, you have learnt about Padavibhagaha, Anvayaha, Anvayarthaha, Tatparyam, etc. Anvaya Rachana consists of analyzing a complete sentence or a shloka. So here the entire process is being given the name Anvaya Rachana. It is done by identifying the verb therein and putting several questions with respect to it, that so that we elicit the kartru, karma, etc. as answers. So what is this portion? This is called Akanksha Paddhatihi. They have not named it directly here. This method is called Akanksha Paddhatihi. What is this Akanksha Paddhatihi? A method of anticipating the elements of a sentence is called Akanksha Paddhati. Akanksha means you have some kind of a expectancy, na? That is called Akanksha. So, this Paddhati is named beautifully so because we start with what is the central element of a sentence. The central element of a sentence is the Kriya Pada. Okay, just stand by. I actually have a nice. Let me see if I have it handy. Auxiliary, just Sandhi, Dhatuh Pratyaya Pratipadikam. I don't have that slide ready. Maybe later. Later I will show that chart. I have a nice chart for what they are saying. I will pull the chart, and maybe afternoon's class I will be ready with it. Okay, so the verb stands at the focal point in a sentence. Okay, so if you can imagine the sentence like a circle chart, the focal point is the verb, and everything is like a spoke. Every other word is like a spoke attached to the verb with the different relationships. Okay, one relationship is the karta relationship, another is the karma relationship, like that. Except the sixth case, which is called Shashti Vibhakti, that doesn't directly attach to the verb. The Shashti Vibhakti attaches to another noun, so it is like a sub spoke. Okay, so that's how it goes. And even Visheshanas, for example, the Visheshanas have a closer. Somebody has a question? Somebody has a question? Okay, let me mute everyone. I'm sorry. Okay, so the Visheshanas also, though they are also linked to the verb, but they are linked also tightly coupled to the Visheshya, the Namapada to which they qualify. Okay, Sundaraha Ramaha Asti. You can always say Sundaraha Asti is also correct, Ramaha Asti is also correct. So Asti links to both Sundaraha and Ramaha, but Sundaraha links to Ramaha with a greater affinity. So we attach Sundaraha to Ramaha and Ramaha attaches to Asti. So, but if it is Dasharathasya Ramaha Asti, Dasharathasya Asti cannot be said. Okay, Dasharathasya Ramaha, Dasharathasya Ramaha Asti. So we go to the Asti through Rama for Dasharatha. So Dasharatha is a sixth case attachment to Rama. Okay, so Rama is possessed by Dasharatha and he is also there. So there the action is linked to him through Asti. Okay, so that is what is the Akanksha Paddhati. So we put the verb as the first question. What is the action? Then say who did the action, upon what was the action done, with what the action was done, by whom and with what and of whom and from whom and where. All these questions, if you start asking about the action, the answers that come will be the different vibhakti words of the sentence. Not always a sentence needs to have every word, every vibhakti word. It can have a few as required. Okay, as the explanation requires. Okay, and that is called the Akanksha Paddhati, and that's what is being explained here. Okay, so when you learn the Anvaya Rachana Kramaha, you will know the Anvayaha, prose order. See, now they have given the correct prose order. So poem to prose order, and thereby the meaning of a sloka, verse. At this stage, let us learn more about the Anvaya Rachana. Ramaha Vidyalayam Gacchati. Let us analyze this sentence. Identify the verb first. Then put the question kaha, ka, kim, etc. which is in Prathama Vibhakti to find the Kartrupadam. Why there are three? Kaha is for Pullinga, Ka is for Strilinga, Kim for Napumsakalinga. In this case, we already know the answer. We already know the answer is a Pullinga answer. Gacchati is the Kriyapada. So next we cannot say Kim Gacchati or Ka Gacchati because the answer is Rama. If it was Sita, then we should ask Ka Gacchati. Because Rama is there in the Akanksha, we should choose Kaha. Kaha Gacchati, Ramaha Gacchati. Answer for that. Okay, or you can just say Ramaha at that point. Okay, fine. Okay, next, number 3, to know the Karma Padam, put the question Kam, Kam, Kim, Dvitiya Vibhakti. The same Kah Shabda, okay, Kim Shabda we call it. The Pratipadika is Kim and the Napumsakalinga Ekavachana form also is Kim. So Kim Shabda is of the form Kim in Napumsaka, Ka in Strilinga and Kaha in Pullinga for Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana. For Dvitiya it is having the forms Kam, Kam, Kim. Okay, Kim Ke Kani, Kim Ke Kani, Kaha Kauke, Kaha Kauke, sorry, Kaha Kauke, Kam Kaukan, so Kam comes, Ka Ke Kaha, kam kekaha. So kam comes for Dvitiya Vibhakti Ekavachana. So the one of the important shabda to memorize the Vibhakti table for is kim shabda. So kaha kau ke kam kau kan kena kabyam gaihi, that mantra you should know. Ka ke kaha kam ke kaha you should know not that mantra. Kim ke kani that mantra. Kim ke kani mantra is only varying in the first two lines. It follows the kaha kau ke afterwards. So it's very easy. Okay, and if you know this shabdas forms, you know sahataute also. Okay, or if you know sahataute, you know kaha kau ke also. Okay, so they are very closely coupled. So practice sahataute and kaha kau ke together. Practice satetaha kam ke ka ke kaha together. Practice tat te tani and kim ke kani. Though there is a subtle variation there, but they are related. Okay, so it's up to you to practice like that. So to know the karma padam, put the question kam, kam, kim. So kam gacchati, kam gacchati, kim gacchati, like that. Here vidyalayam. Okay, vidyalayaha, alayaha. So this is a pullinga. So we should say kam gacchati. Okay, vidyalayam gacchati. It will take a while. It's not one of the struggles for especially for us from south, because in south other than people there is no linga associated with anything. We don't have linga for table, bench, nothing. Even dog, elephant, everything is napumsaka for us in south, right? Our language grammar deviates from Sanskritam in a major way like that. Okay, so we struggle for Hindi also, we struggle for Sanskritam also, we struggle. Hindi table is female, bench is male, etc. And the same table in Sanskritam may be male instead of female. So this struggle exists for us. Okay, but over time your brain will slowly start putting the linga aspect reasonably well. Okay, never we will become completely knowledgeable. Don't worry about that. So it's okay to make mistakes with linga. Don't worry too much about that. So here vidyalayah, so alayam. Okay, so kam gacchati, like that. Okay, when the kartrupada or karmapada is in dvivachanam or bahuvachanam, the question should also be suitably changed. So if there are two people involved, then you should say ke gacchataha. Of course, kriyapada would have also changed. Okay, to both dvivachana. Let us now apply these rules to the above example. Gacchati kriyapadam. Kaha gacchati Ramaha kartrupadam. See, they have identified that. Kam gacchati vidyalayam karmapadam. See, kam. See, that indicates it was pullinga. So my analysis was not bad. After saying all that gyan, if I came here and saw kim, then I would have to retract. Oh, sorry guys, I assumed it was a pullinga. It's probably vidyalayam only in prathama vibhakti. So it is a napumsakalinga. Like that, I would have to correct myself. Luckily, it looks like I was not impure in what I stated. But these mistakes I do aplenty. So don't trust my words with caution. Okay. For better understanding, let us analyze a few more sentences. Balakah palam khadati. Phalam, I should say Mahaprana. And please guys, don't make it fakara. Don't make it phalam. Because what has happened due to the influence of Persian language into Indian languages, we started doing fa and za for pa and ja. Okay, don't do that. Sanskritam doesn't have fa sound. Sanskritam doesn't have z sound. Okay, Sanskritam has pa sound and ja sound. We have to stay with that. So that's why Devanagari script has been evolved to adapt to the Persian sounds by putting double dot below pa. So if you see pa with double dot below, then that is fa. Okay. If you see ja with a double dot below, that is za, like that. So sometimes, for example, Marathi uses za quite a lot. So they don't necessarily put double dot. They just use za. They read it as za, like that. And so also in Hindi world, they read this pa as fa. For them, most use is fa. So they use phalam, phalam. So, but when you come to Sanskritam, don't say phalam, say phalam, like that. Okay. Balakah phalam khadati. The boy eats the fruit. Khadati kriyapadam. Kaha khadati balakah kartrupadam or karta. Kim khadati phalam, karma padam, or karma. Like that we have to say. Okay. Saha vrikshau pashyati. So here they have switched the karma to dvivachana. Okay. That fellow, 2 trees he sees. Pashyati kriyapadam. Kaha pashyati? Saha pashyati. Saha. So kartrupadam. Kau pashyati. See, they switched the question to dvivachana for karma question. Unfortunately, in kartru question also it will be cow because it is kaha kau ke kam kau kan, but that's okay. Here specifically it is karma pada eliciting cow, dvivachana. Sorry, dvivachana and dvitiya vibhakti, cow. Vrikshau is the answer. So karma padam is actually a dvivachana karma padam. Since karma padam is in dvivachanam, the question is also in dvivachanam. So these are the clues. Number 3, vrishabhau bharam vahatah. So they have switched the kartrupada to dvivachana and the karma pada remains in ekavachana. Everywhere there is a little play. Okay. And further what they have done, they have, see here, gacchati was a lakara, normal kriyapada. Ghadati was a lakara, normal kriyapada. Pashyati was a lakara, lat lakara, normal kriyapada. They switched here on us. Okay. Vahatah. Actually, this is also normal lakara only. My mistake. Okay. Because this one is in dvivachana. Why it is in dvivachana? Because kartari prayoga, the kriyapada, vachana of the kriyapada tracks the vachana of the kartru, which is dvivachana. So vrishabhau vahatah, vrishabah vahati, vrishabhau vahatah, vrishabhah vahanti. Okay. So this has gone to the second column of the Latlakara declension table. Vahati, vahatah, vahanti. So here luckily they have not started introducing Kridanta yet. Otherwise they will throw you into a new pit. So they have stayed with Lakara. See, gacchati, khadati, pashyati, vahatah, which is also a normal correct Lakara kriyapada. Kurvanti, okay, bodhayati. So this kind of, they have stayed with the lakaras so that you don't get confused. Later on, you have to know how to handle kridanta action embedded namapadas, which are kridantas. Okay. So kau vahatah, vrishabhau vahatah, kartrupadam, kam vahatah, ekavachana again, bharam vahatah. See here again, because it's one word, the halanta makara is used. Bharam takes the anuswara because of the vakara is influence. It's a vyanjana akshara, so we get a anuswara swara there. Okay. In this sentence, the kartrupadam is in dvivachanam, therefore the question is also in dvivachanam. So karma in dvivachana, kartru in dvivachana. Example. Next they have gone to bahuvachana now, but only for the karta they have gone. So janaha karyam kurvanti. So janaha bahuvachana, kurvanti, tracking that is in bahuvachana. Karyam, they all do one work. In fact, even if they are doing their own independent work in Sanskritam, there is no need to over pluralize. You don't have to say karyani kurvanti. You can say karyam kurvanti, no problem. Okay. So kurvanti kriyapadam. Okay. Ke kurvanti, kaha kau ke, bahuvachana of kaha, because pullinga janaha. So janaha kurvanti. If you didn't know the answer, you can actually say kaha karoti, like that. But if you knew multiple of them doing kurvanti, you can say ke kurvanti or kaha kurvanti is also a correct question, because maybe a whole set of ladies are doing. Kaha kurvanti is fine. So, but here, because we know the answer, pullinga bahuvachana, we have chosen ke prototype. Ke janaha kurvanti kartrupadam. Kim kurvanti, see kim. So you can learn from this that karyam is not pullinga shabda. Even in pratama vibhakti it declines as karyam, karye, karyani, like that. So kim is the question. Kim ke kani. Okay. So kim kurvanti, karyam kurvanti. Again halantamakara, because as an independent word there is no sandhi prakriya to change the halantamakara to anuswara bindu. In this sentence, kartrupadam is in bahuvachanam. Therefore, the question is also in bahuvachanam. Adhyapika chatran bodhayati. So, karma has gone to bahuvachana, karta has remained in ekavachana. One more strilinga kartru has been taken here to enhance. As you know, kriyapadas don't care about gender. So adhyapakah bodhayati, adhyapika bodhayati. Same. Bodhayati doesn't change the form due to linga. Only vachana it tracks. Okay. So chatran is bahuvachana because many students this lady teacher is teaching. Okay. So the question will go, the akanksha paddhati method of extracting the linkage of the sentence goes bodhayati kriyapadam. In bracket you can say lat ekavachane. Ka bodhayati, who teaches? Adhyapika bodhayati. So strilinga question ka has been asked, you see from here, ka. Okay, so because it is a strilinga answer. So adhyapika bodhayati, kartrupadam is that. Kan, see, kim ke, see, kaha kau ke, kam kau kan. Okay, kan, bahuvachana of pullinga. Kim Shabda is used in Dvitiya Vibhakti. Kan bodhayati. That's why the whole kaha kauke has to be there in our head for Akanksha Paddhati expansion. Okay. So Chatran bodhayati. The Karma Padam here is in Bahuvachanam. Hence the question pertaining to it is also in Bahuvachanam, in Kan. Okay. So this way. So what I have done here in this slide, I won't take too much more of your time. Just be patient. You guys have been wonderful. In good numbers, you have stayed through the session. I appreciate. See, what I have done here is this you will need as one of the few things you have to start doing is in your scrapbook. No, put some important referral stuff you handwrite and keep them in sets. Here I have typed it and put. So this table, this table, this table should be there as a quick reference. Ideally, it should be there in your head, but it's nothing wrong to keep it written for us. Some of us, you know, are not there anymore to memorize so many things unless we learnt it in our childhood. No, it doesn't stay now. It's very easy to cram new stuff into this old brain. So I am part of the same set as many of you guys. So for me, it's okay to keep them as reference. And then there are another set of reference questions that need to be asked. Okay, later that will come, but I am just going to the blue part to explain that a little bit. Kutra to ask where, kada to ask when, katham to ask how, kati to ask how many, kiyat to ask how much, kutaha to ask where from. Okay. Saptakakaraha. Mahodaya is very correct. You would have studied this as part of those who did Dashadina Shibira. One of the days, this Saptakakara is a beautiful day for us because we learn the Saptakakaras and we do a lot of question answer between the students and all that, right? So this is the Saptakakara and one extra, which is the Kidrisha type. Okay?
Even in our life, we have got that 6 questions, 6 gurus. When, why, what, who, where, and how. How, when, what, where, why, who. It is a guru. All the 6 are gurus for us. Spontaneously make a decision.
Very good, Surya Narayanavaria. I agree with you. Beautiful. So Kidrisha is an additional thing to ask what type. Usually you will ask this to pull out the qualifier or an adjective of a word. Okay, what type, like that. Kidrishaha, Kidrishi, Kidrisham. But this also declines in all the vibhaktis. So if you want to extract the question for a adjective of a particular vibhakti, you can go to that vibhakti of Kidrisha also. Okay. You will see that Sanskrit Bharati themselves will teach all this. For example, see this Kutra has come here. Kutra is coming from this set, right? Okay, so this thing is a very nice, handy, small, written up stuff to keep. Okay, Prashnartakaha, Saptakakaraha. Here one more is there, the Kidrisha type also. Okay, yes, some other Bhagini has a question.
Yes, Kivat. That also I am learning only today. Kivat, how much?
Kivat, no, Kiyat.
Kiyat was not there in the 7 questions. Kutra,
it is actually, it falls with the Kati Kiyat are like a couple. Okay. See, Kati Kiyat are like a couple. Kati is when you can quantify. See, Kati Lekhanyah Santi, like that. How many pens are there? When you can unit-wise identify, you use Kati. For example, how much water, you cannot count water in, so you say Kiyat. Kiyat jalam asti, like that. Okay. Eka liter parimitam jalam asti, like that we can answer. Okay.
Countable and uncountable.
One is countable, another is like more like a voluminous thing. Volume type of thing.
hearing this word is Mahodaya. In all the 2 class, Pravesha and Paricha, I have not come across this word at all. Only today, I'm first time hearing. Kiyat. Okay.
Okay, Bhagini. Yeah. Okay. So let us come to a closure today. Let us start with the sixth.
Kiyat and something are like twin words. What are they? What is that?
Not
Kiyat?
twin words. I didn't twin words. I mean, they are related. Both are questions for quantity.
Okay.
Both are questions for quantity. One is countable quantity. Another is volume quantity. That's all.
Liquid state.
Liquid or gas or whatever. It can be also the amount. It can be solid. For example, if you say how many, you cannot ask how many sand is there in the ocean, in the beach. You can say kiyat only for such things. Uncountable. Yeah, like Bhagini said somewhere earlier, I should not call liquid, gas, fluid, solid. Uncountable is the correct description for kiyat type of question. Okay.
Kiyat samayam sवीकरिष्यामि Kiyat samayam.
Or if you want to ask specifically in Nimeshah or Ghanta, then you can say Kati also. Because then you have made it into a countable set by splicing the time into hours and minutes and things like that. If you don't splice, Kiyat is the question. Correct. Yeah. Splicing means slitting the volume into pieces. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let us take up this number 6 onwards and let's go with a good movement tomorrow morning. Please come back at 11 o'clock. Again, there will be a 1 hour 30 minutes plus session.
Today is 3 o'clock.
Oh, today 3 o'clock. Where I'm thinking is Saturday. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. Today 3 o'clock. Yeah. Today is Bhanuvasara. Today 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock we are gathering back quick 1 hour. Okay, post lunch after your rest. 1 hour, 3 o'clock. Please gather back. Okay. Have a nice lunch. Enjoy. Come back.
Thank you.
Dhanyawada.